big disclaimer, do not, I repeat, do not go around beating up animals unless it's for like charity or something. And if PETA is watching, this video is all jokes, my nigga. I'm not being serious. I personally am sick and tired of everyone pretending as if humans are not OPASF. I've been seeing debates about whether humans could beat up this or that like a bear or a tiger, which personally I'm taking on every single time, and I'm beating their asses. And if I'm feeling like Karapika, I'm bringing 2 shovels, and I don't need any weapon but these hands. They don't even have hands, they have paws. They can't even wear boxing gloves. I'm not losing to an amputee personally, and I get it. You know, not everyone can be as manly, masculine, and as strong as I am. Of course, it's not your fault. It's okay. But there are a few animals that you as a human being have absolutely no right losing a fight to. And just to make this list a little bit more fun, I'm going to put each of these animals in tiers based on how badly I could beat them up. Animal number 1 is a chicken. No human, regardless of age, gender, physical ability, or whatever the hell you got going on, has any right whatsoever losing a fight to a damn chicken. Have you guys ever seen it, like you really like inspected a chicken? They can't even fly. How do you as a bird not have the ability to fly? That's like your defining trait. That's why to me, chickens are really just frogs, but like with feathers. And no matter how many vegans this chicken brings to the fight, I'm taking it down expeditiously. I have seen so many videos of people getting beaten up and attacked by chickens when all they had to do was turn around and treat that chicken like Sasuke and give it a little forehead tap. And that's the fight right there. Instant KO. That chicken's not getting back up. I promise you. And yeah, I know this is the first entry on the list, but I'm going to have to go in on chickens. I have personal beef with chickens. They're all just so cocky. And for that reason, chickens are going into C tier because C is for cock. The next animal I'm taking down is going to be snakes, whether they're venomous or not. You're probably thinking I'm stupid for saying that, but hear me out. Hear me out. Snakes, just like bears and tigers, don't have hands, but whereas tigers and bears have paws, snakes are literally all spine. These glorified venomous worms cannot wear boxing gloves, and again, I am not losing a fight to an amputee. And my second reason for this is being that snakes have recently been exposed as being frauds. If you watch as much TikTok as I do, which is damn near every day, all the time, 24/7, 25/8, you might have come across Fishing Garrett, who has been absolutely terrorizing the Everglades looking for one 20-foot python, and that python is ducking all the smoke. This tic-tacker Fishing Garrett has picked up all of his little homies, put them in a pound, did whatever he did with them, and this 20-foot python is still ducking him like a little bitch. Any animal with the potential to grow up to 20 feet and still duck a human being is on my bitch list. And for those 2 reasons, snakes are gonna have to go into S tier because S is for slong and snakes are phallic objects. And speaking of ducking, the next animal up is gonna be ducks. I know, amazing segue. Also, quick little side tangent. Did you know the word segue is spelled S-E-G-U-E as opposed to S-E-G-W-A-Y? That's silly. And although the word segue was here before the word segue, I feel like the word segue makes more sense for the term segue. And if you didn't know that, sub for daily knowledge. But back on topic, ducks, in my opinion, are by far one of the easiest animals to beat in a fair one-on-one fight. In fact, I would even say I could probably beat up 2 ducks. And my reasoning? Think about it. Ducks are pacifists. You have never seen a duck attacking anybody. All they do is eat bread and swim. They have no type of offensive strategies to use. All they have is those paddles in their feet, and they're not going to paddle me to death. I'm not with all that freaky, nasty stuff. And for that reason, ducks are going into D tier because D is for ducks and no other word starts with the letter D. The next animal is going to be the great tit, ha ha. It's going to go into F tier because F is for funny name. Next up is going to be horses. Y'all seen Thorkel punch that one horse in Vinland Saga with his fight against Thorfinn? I'm Thorkel. That's it. Enough said. And once again, like me and most animals, me and horses have a straight beef because horses have created an unreasonable standard for me as a man. I'm already losing to other men. Now I'm also got to compete against horses. So because of horses and Jason Love, I'm losing double. Next up is any animal that can be a pet. And I mean any animal. If there's a person out there with a pet T-Rex, just know I would beat the doggy doodle out of your T-Rex. Call me Pickle. Any animal that is so bitch made it can be domesticated is easy pickings. And yeah, this isn't really an animal so much as it's like a class of animals, I guess. But if you are dumb enough, any animal can be a pet. So again, enough said. But either way, pets are going in A tier because A is for pets. Next up is Tony Chopper, aka the emergency food for the Straw Hat crew. And I'll throw Beppo up there too. With a bounty of 1,000 and 500 respectfully, I can't see myself losing. You need to have at least a billion berry bounty to even touch me. As long as Chopper doesn't go into Monster Point and Beppo does not remember that he's like a literal polar bear that could just, kill me, I honestly think I would be fine. I don't see a situation where I lose that fight 0 times out of 10. This next one may sound a bit silly, but bear with me. It's gonna be birds. I am not losing to an imaginary animal under any circumstances. And I know I already said chickens and ducks, and you're probably thinking I'm repeating myself, but if that's what you're thinking, you're clearly not paying attention. Birds are imaginary. Chickens and ducks are real. So by that math and that logic, Chickens and ducks are not birds. For example, look at a flamingo. Flamingos are not real, whereas ostriches are real. If you look at a flamingo, it looks like an ostrich that was dipped in Kool-Aid and left to dry. And do not get me started on peacocks. That is such a mean name for such a beautiful made-up animal. But again, back on topic, birds are damn near defenseless. Much like chickens, their one major power up is that they can fly, and half of them can't even do it. Like penguins cannot fly, and we're not fighting in the water, so they're not really all that unique. Anything a bird can do, I can do a million times better. I can eat more worms, I can build better nests, I'm even better falling out of trees. So for that reason, I'm gonna put birds in B tier for getting bodied. Next up is this specific dog. This happy, giddy, jolly, jubilant little nigga really genuinely thinks everything is a damn game. This bum ate the smile fruit and now refuses to unlock his jaw. Personally, I didn't even know dogs could smile. And why is he looking at the camera? Do I look like a joke to you, my nigga? I don't have a license. I had to restart my dreads, and I haven't caught a single dub on 2K since launch. Life is terrible right now, and you have the audacity to be smiling at me. If it was up to me and bro would be scrapping right now to prove my point. And he's probably gonna smile the entire time I'm beating him up too. This list up until now was not in order, but I'm gonna do some honorable mentions real quick and then get into the animal I think I would violate the most. First honorable mention is worms and like snails and any other tiny little bug-like thing that's like a ground crawler. These are pretty self-explanatory. If I can beat up the bird, I can beat up the bird's food also. Snails specifically because I want to race one, but not like a regular traditional sense of a race. I want to have like a slow race with a snail because I cannot let it exist in peace being the best at being slow. I have to beat the snail to the finish line, but like inversely, I have to get there after the snail gets there in order to prove to it that it's not as good as I am at the thing that it does. I'll put a sloth in there too, honestly. Bees literally kamikaze themselves, so I have nothing to do to fight a bee except, agitate it, then it's gonna just come and clip itself on me. This is like a rare case because I don't have any beef with bees. I've never been stung before in my life, and they're doing a pretty good thing for the environment. But my nigga Ken from Bee Movie got absolutely violated by a literal bee, a literal insect that took his girl. And I don't care who the antagonist was in that movie, I am spinning for humanity because there's no way you got your girl taken by a bee. They quite literally self-destruct and you got your girl taken by one of them. That is sad, but I will spin for you regardless. The final and number one animal I could absolutely violate is going to be a hamster. If you've had a pet hamster in your life, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Hamsters have literally no durability to the point where to fight a hamster and win, all you gotta do is sit down and let it just breathe, exist, and it will die within the hour. No hamster in the history of hamstermanity has ever been able to survive longer than a week, no matter how well you feed it, how much water you give it, how much exercise it gets. It will always find a way to crawl up inside your wall and just die there. Their only natural predator is living. Hamsters and living a long, fruitful life got genuine beef. And for that reason, hamster is going into S tier because S is somewhere in hamster.